Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into the fascinating history of Georgia's economy right after the Civil War from 1865 to 1872. Let's explore how the state bounced back from devastation and what goods and services were produced during this challenging period. The end of the Civil War left Georgia in pretty bad shape. From northwest Georgia to Savannah, the state was scarred by General Sherman's march. Warehouses, factories, and railroads and farm equipment were totally destroyed, leaving Georgia with a very serious labor problem and a struggling banking system. As the war ended, Georgia's farmers, especially those in southwest Georgia, were eager to sell the cotton that they had produced and that were in storage. They knew future cotton crops would depend on having enough labor. Over time, large plantations were divided into smaller farms, but the total acreage planted was dwindling. Coastal farms increased as rice plantation lands were subdivided and sold to new owners. Georgia's overemphasis on cotton production continued to cause problems. Despite advice in 1867 to cultivate less land, use more fertilizer, and economize on labor, farmers kept planting huge amounts of cotton, hoping for big profits. Unfortunately, repeated crop failures left the state struggling for many years. During this period, Georgia farmers did grow wheat and corn, but real diversification of crops didn't happen until the boll weevil appeared in the late 1910s. As trade restrictions were lifted, goods from northern manufacturers filled the shelves of new businesses in Georgia cities. Buying on credit allowed Georgia to purchase items they had gone without during the war. Banks eventually reopened to meet the monetary needs of the people. Retail stores, often run by Jews, Northerners, and settlers, popped up in major cities like Atlanta, Savannah, Columbus, Augusta, and Macon. Atlanta, despite being three quarters destroyed by Sherman's army, experienced rapid growth due to the rebuilding of railroads. By 1867, 20,000 people had moved to Atlanta, making it an economic center of the new state capital. As rail systems were reestablished, Columbus revitalized its manufacturing importance and Savannah resumed shipping cotton. Textile mills became a vital part of Georgia's economy. While some citizens benefited from the building, many, especially those in agriculture, were struggled to make ends meet. After the Civil War, the South faced a serious shortage of hard currency. Many landowners couldn't pay their labor forces, and workers couldn't find jobs that paid enough. Sharecropping and tenant farming emerged as solutions where cash poor landowners provided land and resources in exchange for labor. However, landowners often kept workers indebted to them, preventing them from gaining economic independence. Sharecroppers and tenant farmers, usually poor and illiterate blacks and whites, exchanged their labor and a portion of their crops for land to work. They often had to buy their necessities from the landowner's store, leading to deep debt. The main difference between the two was the tenant farmer usually owned their tools and equipment, while the sharecroppers brought only their labor. Sharecropping and tenant farming were entrenched in Georgia's agricultural system until the mid 20th century. The system began to erode due to the great migration of African Americans and rural whites to the north and southern cities, the boll weevil devastation, and technological advances in farming. Though nearly vanished, there was still about 2,600 tenant farmers in Georgia as of late of 1997. Thanks for joining us on this journey through Georgia's post-Civil War economy. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more historical insights. See you next time.